A very good morning to all. Today, we are going to learn about the third state of matter, that is about gases. So in the last class, we started with states of matter and we learned the first two states of matter. So which are the first two states of matter that we learned? We learned about solids, liquids. And today, we are going to learn about the third state of matter, that is gases. So gaseous form is the lightest state of matter. And you can see different examples here. First, you can see the example of the steam coming out from the pot. You can see the balloons. These balloons are filled with air. And here you can see the smoke coming out from the factory. So all these are examples for gases. All these are the gaseous state of matter. We learnt that solids have definite shape. And we learnt that liquids do not have definite shape. So what about the third state of matter, that is gases? Do they have a definite shape? No. They also don't have a definite shape. Wherever you fill them, it takes that shape. If you fill air in a balloon, it takes the shape of that balloon. If you fill air in a ball, it takes the shape of that ball. So do they have a definite shape? No. Gases do not have a definite shape. Then what about volume? The space occupied by them. We learnt that solids and liquids have definite volume. The amount of space occupied by them remains same. What about gases? Do they have a definite volume? No, they don't have a definite volume. For example, if we fill gas in a small bottle, okay, from this small bottle, if we transfer this gas into a large bottle, so what happens? This gas fills the entire space, or it occupies the entire space in the large bottle, which means its volume changes. It doesn't have a definite volume. So when you boil water, you can see the steam coming out. So when you boil water in a kettle or in a container, you can see the steam coming out from the kettle or from the container. So first, the gas fills the entire space in the kettle or in the container. If it is not enough, it occupies the open space. It occupies the space available. It occupies the open space and it mixes with the air. So it doesn't have a volume. Its volume changes. So gases do not have a definite volume. What about mass? We learnt that solids and liquids have a definite mass. And what about gases? Do they have a definite mass? We can do an experiment for that in order to find whether gases have definite mass. For that, you can take two balloons. One which is highly inflated and the other one which is less inflated. And you can take a stick and you can tie each balloon like this. Then you can see the balloon which is highly inflated comes down and the balloon which is less inflated goes up. So what does it mean? It means the highly inflated balloon is heavier than the less inflated balloon, which means it has weight. High inflated balloon has weight. So that is why it is coming down. The less inflated balloon has less weight. That is why it is going up. So what does it mean? It means it has weight. Gases have weight. So it has a definite mass. Now let's see the properties of gases. So which is the first property? The first one, no definite shape. Gases do not have a definite shape. Wherever you fill it, it takes the shape. It takes that shape. So it doesn't have a definite shape. What is the second property? The second property is no definite volume. The amount of space occupied by them changes. That means their volume changes. They do not have a definite volume. When you fill air in a small bottle, And when you open that lid, you can see it occupies the entire space, or the air spreads the entire available space, which means it doesn't have a definite volume. Its volume changes. What is the next property? The next property is it has a definite mass. Like solids and liquids, gases also have a definite mass. It also has a weight. What about the next property? The next property is it flows and spreads in the entire available space. So it flows and spreads in the entire available space. It fills up any space that it gets. So these are the properties of gases. Let's learn about change in state of matter. So we learned that when an object undergoes extreme heat, it changes its state of matter. That is, from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. So the heat can change solid to liquid, liquid to gas. So when solid is heated, it changes into liquid. And when liquid is heated, it changes into gas. So the state of matter can change. When it undergoes extreme temperature, its state of matter can change. Ice melts into water when it is heated. So ice is the solid state of matter. And when it undergoes extreme temperature, it changes into water. That is the liquid state of matter. Even wax melts when it is heated. Then, what happens when water is heated? Water, when heated, it changes into water vapor. Water is the liquid state of matter, and when it undergoes extreme temperature, what happens? It changes into gaseous state of matter. And on cooling, the water vapor again turns back into water. That is, the gaseous state of matter changes into liquid state. On further cooling water, what happens? It changes into ice. That is the solid state of matter. So which means state of matter can change. It can change from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. When it undergoes extreme temperature, it can change into solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Now let's learn about solute, solvent and solution. So what is a solution? So solution is formed when a substance dissolved in liquid. So let's take a glass of water and a spoonful of sugar. So let's add the spoonful of sugar into the water and stir it very well. So when you stir it very well, the solid gets dissolved in water. And what do you get? You get a solution. What solution did you get? You get a sugar solution. You get a solution of sugar and water. So let me tell you another example. So let's take another glass of water and let's take a spoonful of salt. Add salt into the water, stir it very well. What do you get? You get a salt solution. You get a solution of salt and water. So that is called solution. Now let's see what is a solute. So what is a solute? A substance which dissolves in a liquid is known as solute. So let's take the first example that we discussed about sugar solution. So it is a solution of sugar and water. So in this, which is the solute? Which is the solute here? The solute here is the sugar. The sugar dissolves in water. So sugar is the solute. What about in a salt solution? What is the solute? The solute there is the salt. The salt dissolves in water. So salt is the solute. Now let's see what is solvent. The substance in which solute dissolves is known as solvent. Again, let's take the first example. Sugar solution. It is a solution of sugar and water. And we know that sugar is the solute. So what is the solvent here? The solvent here is the water. The sugar gets dissolved in water. The solute gets dissolved in water. So water is the solvent. What about in a salt solution? What is the solvent? The solvent there is the water. The salt gets dissolved in water. So let me give you one more example. You all like watermelon juice, right? So let's take a cup of watermelon juice and let's add 1 spoonful of sugar. What do you get? You get a solution. You get a solution of watermelon juice and sugar. So here, what is the solute and what is the solvent? The solute here is the sugar. The sugar dissolves in watermelon juice. So sugar is the solute. And what is the solvent here? The solvent here is the watermelon juice. So that is about solvent. Now, in page number 78 and 79, there are 2 activities. You have to observe it and write down your findings in your notebook. Then there are 2 questions given. In a solution of salt, sugar and water, dash and dash are solutes. So which are the solutes here? Sugar and salt. And dash is the solvent. So which is the solvent here? It is water. And in page number 78, 2 questions are given. Name the following. 2 solids that melt on heating. You can write 2 solids that melt on heating and 2 solids that dissolve in water. So solids get easily dissolved in water by stirring and heating the water. In page number 76, there is a question. Smoke is the gaseous state of matter. Light an incense stick. So you all have seen an incense stick, right? Even you can see the picture here. Does the smoke spread everywhere in the room? Yes or no? When you light an incense stick, does it smoke spread everywhere? Yes. Then, does it have any shape? Does it have any shape? Gases have any shape? No. It doesn't have any definite shape. That is no. Then, does it occupy definite space? No. It doesn't have a definite space. So it doesn't occupy a definite space. It fills up any space that it gets. So that is about this chapter. So we learned about matter and we learned about the 3 states of matter. And we learned that states of matter can change. It can change from solids to liquid, liquids to gases. So I hope you all understood this chapter. We'll be meeting in the next class and let's discuss the exercises. Till then, thank you.